And of course, her internet went out.
Oh
Oh
no.
no.
Oh, she lives out in miles from nowhere. So, hello, Style. Welcome in. So, yeah, we're just waiting for Miles from Nowhere to come back if she can. She's got, well, when we were talking a little over an hour ago, she had freezing rain, but she still
Oh
had internet.
my.
Oh, there she is. Oh, there she
No,
is. Yep.
my internet seems to be fine.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
There is a little bit of a delay when you're talking, but that's okay. We're used to that happening.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, hello, Antics.
Hi.
So, yeah, I'm going to be greeting people in the chat and reading any questions or comments that may come up. But I want to welcome everyone to our generational chat because I came up with a really imaginative name, clearly. Uh, I want to tell everyone who is here. I already told my guests backstage that Miles from Nowhere was actually the inspiration for this conversation because we were having one of our catch up sessions on the phone. Hello, Becky. And she just kept cracking me up with her comments. Now, my being a Jen Jones, I'm probably going to take some of those comments a little differently than maybe the millennials and Gen Zs will. just just saying.
So we have Gen Jones, we have two Gen Xers, and
And a millennial on the cusp of Gen Z.
okay.
Yes. So Miles from Nowhere is my friend offline, and we're not going to actually count the number of years we have known each other because
Enough.
no, we don't need to.
Enough.
But we will just say a long time, and
Along.
she is a Gen Xer,
Mhm.
and Carrie Ann is also a Gen Xer, and one of my friends online.
Okay.
Paige is a millennial on the cusp of Gen Z and is a new friend of mine who shares a certain obsession that we are not discussing tonight.
Okay.
So that's off the table then.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well,
Well,
I mean, I think we'll have enough to discuss.
Scooter, she's online friend or offline friend also?
Online.
Online.
Online. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Mhm.
Hello, Professor Kakan. And of course, me, I'm the old fart, the Jen Jones of the group. So,
I'm an elder Gen X, so
yes.
like first year Gen X.
Yeah, I'm an elder Gen X as well. So
Are
we're
you?
yeah,
Carrie Ann, I can hear you, but only just. Is
Yeah,
okay.
there
me
a
too.
chance you can?
Adjust my pin.
Yes,
Uh-oh.
please.
Also, hi chat. I see a message for me there. Hello.
Yes. And
I do.
Mhm,
I do not see the chat.
that's okay. I will let you know if there's something that you need to see. And I will even bring the comment up on the screen if you need to see it. Okay.
Okay.
Is that
Um,
better?
that's a little bit better.
It's a little bit better.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on a second.
No
You guys go
worries.
ahead and I'll do a tech check
It,
back here.
it's not my channel if we don't have at least one technical issue.
That is
So
true. That is true. Okay.
That's so
I
funny.
actually did an entire show once without going live and then had to go through it again after I went live.
Oh no.
That's really
Yep.
funny.
Yep. Yep. Only did it the one time though. So, all right. So Now, what was I going to say? Because brain farts are us. Um, so, yeah, I just thought it would be a fun conversation to have um, three of the generations that kind of collide with each other, um, for each one's perspective on the next generation. So, I mean, I will participate, but my brain aligns more with Gen X's. Yes, you have antics. um, I align very closely with Gen X's because I'm like right on the cusp of Gen Jones Gen X. So I may not have as much to contribute, but I mean, I can say that, and then all of a sudden, I will ramble
All of a
on.
sudden, the John Jones comes out. The
Yeah.
But
Yes.
We hung out together in the same era.
We did.
So it's like, I don't consider you Jen Jones at all, because we did exactly the same things.
I mean, yeah, we did. We did.
I'll get surprised sometimes by how much just 5 years can make a difference. Oh no.
Yeah.
How much 5 years can make a difference in perspective.
I'm still here, just my lights went out.
Oh, yay.
Oh.
Oh,
no. Okay.
Give me a sec.
Yep. I was going to say, Miles from Nowhere is a very good name. No boomers. I'm sorry, Professor. Well, there's the light.
I'm assuming the audio is better.
Yes, it is. Thank you very much, Carrie Ann. I can
Good.
hear you much better now. I was afraid that I was going to start leaning forward to hear you because that would make such a huge difference with the earbud already
Exactly.
on the ear.
Exactly.
Okay, Miles, you need to back away again.
There we
I
go.
think she's trying to reset something on her.
Okay, there. Okay,
My
good.
trying to reset my lighting.
Yeah, I mean, lighting is very important when you reach a certain age, too. So,
I just had to turn on
Well,
the flashlight on my phone so I could read which dial was the pickup dial on the mic.
oh, listen, I got myself, whoa,
Yes, I have
necklace.
one, a magnifying, yes.
magnifying glass
I love that. That's gonna
Yes.
be handy.
because
It
my
comes in
glasses
handy.
are not sufficient. Exactly.
There are times when my reading glasses aren't sufficient and I need the extra. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy.
I've
Don't
actually
laugh
been
too
lucky
hard,
enough.
Things
Niles,
you
because
have
I
to
have
look
a
forward
spare.
to.
Yeah, I have been lucky enough to just be able to wake up in the morning and see.
so
Like that's
I wear 2 pairs of reading.
Oh, you're breaking up.
I
You
wear
have 2
2 pairs
pairs?
of reading glasses when I'm sewing. When I'm sewing on my machine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh. Yeah, I wear 2 pairs, one over the other when I'm sewing.
Oh, wow. Okay, that I never even thought of. Although I do remember there was a time where I had just my distance glasses and I had readers. And when I was feeling particularly annoyed because I was reading and I would have to keep looking up from the book to pay attention to something else, and I wouldn't be able to see anything because, of course, the readers wouldn't do it, I put the distance glasses on and then put the readers on over top.
that's so funny.
So you do get inventive, yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I remember being the eye doctor when I was about 40. She said, well, it's gonna, well, I was like in my late 30s. And she says, well, you're getting close to that. She's testing my reading vision. And she's like, after 40, your reading vision starts to change and whatever. And it was like a week after I turned 40, and I couldn't and I couldn't see anything.
The
It
timing.
was like that for
Yeah.
me too. It was like this all of a
Yep.
sudden.
You're like, yeah.
Kathy Scoggins. I've never said your last name, I don't think. Just because you're older than me, thank you.
Yes.
Because I'm feeling a little old tonight.
You're feeling old?
Just a little. I mean, I should be used to it because usually when I do have other people on a panel, they're all younger than me anyway. But I think it's just because of the focus on being generational that, yeah.
Honestly,
That's
I'm used
okay.
to like feeling, because like I hang out with a lot of younger people playing video games, and so I'm used to
Oh.
like feeling old among the group of people that I'm hanging out with, and so like it's a nice change to feel like the baby.
Talking about video games, I had the most interesting generational conversation with my kids the other day. They're trying to get me into playing video games. And so I've been playing, and I said I was really frustrated. And I got so frustrated I had to go look it up. And they said, what do you mean? And I'm like, well, I don't like going to look it up. That's cheating. Their heads about exploded. They were like, go
But-
look it up.
What game did
Go
they get you
look it
playing?
up. If you're
But did you
not having fun,
encyclopedia?
go look it up. It's a game. I'm like, but it's like cheating. It feels like cheating.
It's absolutely not cheating. There are entire
See?
wiki pages that are designed for looking stuff like that up. That is crazy.
Totally
don't-
cheating.
I don't think they have video games in encyclopedias.
No, but these days they have encyclopedias and video games.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think my girls have realized at this point that they are not going to get me playing video games, especially online video games. Number one, every time they mention the cost of one of those games, I'm like, because I can't believe how expensive some of these games are.
You just got to know how to work the sales. You got to know how to catch them when they're cheap.
You catch them when they're. That's what people do. They
Yeah,
have a Steam subscription and they wait for the sales.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
you don't
see, I'm the
even-
one who
yeah.
says it's not that important to me. I have other priorities.
Right. Exactly. That makes
That's
perfect
so fair.
sense.
I'm sure the last video game I played was Pong.
The last video game I played was about 20 minutes ago.
I have one of those Nintendo game things.
The Switch?
The Switch?
No, way older than that.
Oh, okay.
It's a little fold over thing. I can't remember.
The like DS or was
Yes,
it even before?
that's it.
Okay.
It's the DS. And they bought it for me. And the only thing I have played on it are there's a Brain Tease game that they told me came with it. I'm not entirely sure.
Serious question.
Yes.
Did they at least splurge and get you the 3DS, like the upgraded version?
No, it was before that came out.
Yeah.
That's how old it is.
That's crazy. Your kids need to pick it up, man.
So it has a brain teaser game. Like I said, they say it came with the game. I chose to believe them. And Mario Kart.
Nintendo's known to do that. They're known to
Yeah.
bundle a couple of games with their system because they know
Yeah.
you can't play their system without them.
Yeah, exactly.
So that makes sense.
So those are literally the only 2 video games I have played in this century.
That's crazy. My mom had a Super Nintendo when I was a kid. So I grew up playing like Super Mario Brothers, Donkey Kong Country. Pitfall was my absolute favorite on the Super Nintendo.
Never heard of it.
Oh my goodness, it was so good. She bought it when she was pregnant with me, apparently. My grandma told me that story recently. And so I played that thing probably until it died. Until we got our first Xbox.
My eldest kids were raised on video games too, and they played on PS2 and the Xbox all growing up.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I have a PS2 now. I actually didn't get it until like 2010 though, so it was way late for a PS2.
Yes, child number 3 just got a 3DS for Christmas.
Ooh.
Wow. Not because that was a first thing, but because they wanted the retro.
Yeah, because I was gonna say the Switch 2 just came out around Christmas time, so if they wanted something new, that would have been the one.
Are you still having trouble seeing, Miles? You're not old until your 3rd colonoscopy.
Oh, I've had colonoscopies every year since I was 12. I did not see that.
That's crazy. Every year since you were 12?
Well, yeah, but that's not typical. That just happens to be because Miles has a particularly annoying digestive system.
I hate that for you.
That's awful.
I have Crohn's disease. It's okay.
That sucks.
If I can help somebody out there, I've had it a long, long time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We love the preventative measures or the research provided. You mentioned helping people, so we love to see that. But I am sorry you have to suffer with it.
It's mostly, I support a lot of people online who are newly diagnosed because it is a terrible disease. And so a lot of people, oh, my life is over, And so I support those people that are newly diagnosed and encourage them that life is not over. It's just different. And it's going to be a roller coaster.
Yeah.
So
it's just different and maybe more difficult. Definitely more difficult.
A little bit. Yeah. But it's a matter of attitude too, right? Like there's times when I'm horridly sick, but then there's times when I'm a little bit of an energizer bunny. So, when I'm well, I am that energizer bunny.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit of one. Yeah. I'm exhausted just talking with her on the phone. Okay. When she lists off what she's already done for the day, and it's only barely like noon for her. And I'm just waking up. And what she still has to do. Yeah.
Single-handedly, I have cows, horses, goats, cats, dogs, and I run that all by myself all day.
I could never.
That's a lot.
It would not be me.
Yeah, it wouldn't be me either. I am a confirmed city girl.
I have a cat, and that's too much some days. Honestly, myself is too much most days.
Yeah.
Huge yard and a huge garden that I have to keep up, and so it's busy. But yeah, my housework is done by 6:30, and I'm out the door.
Could not.
Lots
She puts
of
me to
work.
shame all the time. If I didn't love her,
I couldn't
we'd
even.
be done. That's it.
I couldn't even get up with my 6:30 a.m. alarm when I worked my 8 to 5. Nope.
I
Could not.
I have always been like that, right, Scooter?
Yes.
Like-
Yes. Yes. I mean, there was a time where I could keep up with her.
That's fair.
But that hasn't been for like 30.
That's fair, but that's been for a while, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
30-ish years.
My get up and go got up and left.
Yeah.
They left you behind. They left me behind.
Oh, yeah.
Too, don't worry.
Way behind. Hi, Dusty.
Dusty
is
sweetie.
Is a male and is in the chat and is a Gen Xer.
Hi, Dusty.
It's good to see you, Dusty.
I did dentistry for 30 years, worked in dentistry for 30 years, 6 days a week before I started ranching.
Mm-hmm.
So
that
which
was
one
used to gross
to be
stuff.
more work?
Pardon me?
Which one do you find to be more work?
Dentistry.
Okay.
It is flat out hair straight back all day long. Yeah. With barely any breaks. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
What's the gross level comparison? Dentistry or the animals?
Well, they both bite, but I don't know. I think it's the same, the gross level, only it's usually at an opposite end. Then
Yeah.
That's fair. That's
Fair.
completely valid.
Yep. Fair.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know. I didn't, I don't know. I've had my arm up to my shoulder, up a cow's vagina, and that didn't gross me out very much. I don't know, gross Dave out.
Could not. Nope. Could not be me.
You also had a plastic arm
Sleeve,
condom.
yeah.
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
I was.
Mm-mm. You
He
could
had a
not find plastic
arm
thick
condom.
enough.
I haven't seen Beth do it without it though, but I had to find out if she had a retained twin in there, so I had to do an exam.
Yeah.
And you got to do it. Like, what are you going to do? You got to do it, right?
You gotta do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's mostly like, abscesses or whatever, and they're exactly the same as they are when they're in somebody's mouth. They're gross and smelly, so it's the same.
I mean, I feel like this is where we're gonna come into like our first difference. being a millennial Gen Z cusp, that is the point where I would say I would pay someone to do that shit. You could not pay me enough, I will pay somebody else. Nope.
You know, us Gen Xers, they put us out on the stoop at 9 a.m.
Yes.
Right? With only a hose to drink out of. You're not allowed in a house the whole day.
To
you
walk
can't
to school
come back
uphill both
until
ways.
lunchtime. No, for serious. They put you out of the house.
They didn't think about, our parents didn't think about if we had to go to the bathroom or we were hungry. It's like, you ate breakfast, see ya. Go outside. See you when the street lights come back
put
on.
our houses, Yeah, they put our
If you
asses
gotta
out.
pee, find a tree.
Exactly.
Find a tree.
Come
Climbing
home
the
for
trees
lunch.
climbing the trees in the neighbor's yard, picking fruit.
It's
Oh,
another
yeah.
thing. Like
For-
it's a rare occurrence for me to even like be willing to use a public bathroom. Much
Oh,
less
Yeah.
like you mentioned, like you got to pee, find a tree. Nope, I will use a public bathroom as infrequently as possible.
Gotcha. I'm the same way. I'd rather go outside than use a dirty bathroom.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which
Outside
is
cleaner.
Which one? Listen, it depends on the day.
I just got careful that I don't pick up some ticks or something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So funny.
I'm a country girl. We have ticks. Yeah.
And I'm a city girl, and thankfully we do not. At least not in my house. I can't speak for outside.
You might have them outside,
You
but
Yeah.
might get them outside, but it gets awful cold there. I mean,
Yeah, but not year round.
in the summertime, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so ticks can still be out at around plus 4 degrees Celsius. So it's still pretty chilly at plus 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Are any of you American?
yeah.
Or are we all you're
No, no.
Not
you're
me
American?
sitting here like I don't know what +4 is in Fahrenheit because I am an oblivious American.
I'm an American.
Okay. So what is plus 4? So
Plus
I was
4
about to
is
Google
like
it because that is
40,
the level I'm
is
at.
It's
like
about 40 Fahrenheit-ish.
degrees.
Yeah.
40
It's
Fahrenheit.
about 40 degrees. Yeah.
Give or
That's
take.
not
Yeah.
bad. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that
Yeah. So
it's that cold at night around here right now. It's that cold in the morning. It's 45 degrees in the morning when I wake
Okay.
up.
yeah. So Celsius and Fahrenheit are equal at minus 40.
Yes.
Mhm.
So it gets well below minus 40 here
Yes.
in winter.
Does it in the winter?
That's
Mhm.
crazy.
And plus 40 in the summer.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. And that's very hot.
That is very hot.
It's very hot and
Antics.
very cold. Nope.
That is incorrect. Antics.
What?
I am Canadian. Am I not, Miles?
Yes.
Any
What did
questions? She said that I'm American.
Who said?
Antics.
Antics thought you were American, huh?
I mean, I will just say that is very incorrect. Listen to the way I speak. You can
Well,
hear the difference.
As far as Americans are concerned, we speak something called Fargo,
Yeah, that's true. Mm.
North Dakota or something. Yeah.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Minnesota. Yeah.
Ah,
Oofda.
I mean, okay, so I have the right to dual citizenship in Italy, but I don't live in Italy. I also have not pursued Italian citizenship. So, I mean, having rights to dual citizenship doesn't really mean anything for what you like where you currently live.
Oh,
Like
that's not. I mean, it doesn't mean anything for where you currently live, but I mean, There's a lot
Yeah.
of people, I think, wishing they had rights to dual citizenship right about now.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Like, I'm grateful to have the right to dual citizenship. Am I going to use it? Unfortunately, probably not.
Yeah.
But like, just to have rights to dual citizenship as an American doesn't necessarily mean that you want to claim being an American.
Right.
Recently changed that Canadians, if they wanted to become American citizens, they had to give up their Canadian citizenship. And it's
Yes.
Yeah, that doesn't
recently
surprise me.
and it recently changed because my cousin just became an American citizen, and he waited until he didn't have to give up his Canadian citizenship to do it. So that's no longer the case. Now, apparently, they have Canadian citizenship for Americans, if you have a descendant that's Canadian.
And ascendant. So a
An
grandparent.
ancestor.
A grandparent.
Yes,
And
sorry, descendant, not descendant, sorry.
right. It can be no further back than a grandparent. And I think there's some other criteria that has to be met. But yeah, that has just gone through.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
mean, that's basically
Yeah.
how I could have it for Italy. It's because my grandpa came over in the 30s.
Mm.
Yeah.
Grandfather was
Yeah.
American. My
My
grandfather was
grandfather
from
was American. My grandmother was American. My
And
great grandmother was American.
Antics is correct that my father was American.
Ah, so you could have American citizenship.
Right. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to claim being American. I mean, you could
No.
if you wanted to.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, I wouldn't either, honestly. I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Nope. Not not happening. Nope.
So somebody was saying today, and we, Scooter and I, started school in the 60s. And so somebody was saying that in the 60s that we would have to be 80 now if we started school in the 60s. But it was like kindergarten. We started school in the 60s. At least I did.
One
Late
thing that
60s.
I have learned about people on the internet is they can't do math.
They can't math.
They can't do math.
Clearly.
But you know what? Nobody walked us to school.
Mm-hmm.
We went by ourselves.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Did you?
Or
I
as a
walked-
pack of
I
kids.
walked 4 blocks to school, 6 blocks to school in kindergarten by myself.
And a
Yeah.
foot of snow
Yeah.
uphill both ways.
I mean,
No.
okay, Paige.
Actually, I grew up in Minnesota.
I've heard
so
that
it
story
wasn't a
too
foot of
many
snow
times.
uphill both ways.
Foot of snow, but maybe not uphill both ways.
But we did roll the snowball all the way up the hill.
Oh, you know what? That sounds like a good time, actually. Gives you something to do on the walk.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
but
really,
no.
I mean, 6 blocks through the neighborhood to the school by myself.
Mm-hmm.
It was a long way when you were a kid.
That's a long
yeah.
way. I wouldn't let my 6-year-old go that far from home by
No,
themselves.
I
I
mean,
would.
it was also a very different world. Like, it really was. Like, if we think about all of the, dangers that are so common now, how common were they then?
They were probably more common than we're aware of. That's the thing, though,
Right.
is that it wasn't publicized. So
Mhm.
even our parents didn't know to not leave us unattended or
Yeah. Like
let
there's
us wander around.
Yeah.
I I'm a true crimer. I love true crime.
Documentaries are
And
my favorite.
yeah, so there's a lot of like elder homicide cops out there. And that was one of the questions presented to them the other day. And they said, it's not a different world. We just didn't know about it. But
Mhm.
as an adult, I don't want to, in the city, I don't want to walk 6 blocks by myself.
Yeah. Yeah. Even as an adult, it's terrifying to me. But like you talked about walking that far by yourselves as kids, but like when I was walking to school, which there was a period of time where I was walking to school, at first I kept change on me because there were payphones along the way. So if I needed
Mhm.
Right.
anything, there was a payphone.
Yeah.
And then as they started taking out payphones is when I got my first cell phone that was specifically for walking my siblings to and from school.
Mhm.
So it's like I sort of watched that transition from like people being okay letting their kids walk to school unsupervised to not being okay with it at all, them needing something in case of safety reasons.
Yeah.
Right.
And how much
Yeah, I
of
don't
that
know.
transition was because we could?
Mm. I
Yeah.
mean, maybe, but I mean, a lot of it also probably had to do with things that they were, seeing in media, like the things that they were seeing happening to
Yeah.
kids.
And we didn't
Yes.
have that. We
Yeah.
didn't have internet. We didn't have instant news.
Mhm.
Like, you watched the 11 o'clock news, every night, or you read it in the newspaper. That was
There's
it.
also a sense of community, I feel like, that was had back then that's not necessarily had anymore, right? Like I might feel
Absolutely.
community with like people that I meet online, or like pick and choosing people that like really like feel like good close people to me, but like I couldn't tell you my neighbors' names. I've lived here
Mm,
5 years and I can't tell you my neighbors' names. That was not the case then, right? Like those were the people that you talked to and spent your time with in those
Mhm.
days. You trusted
Mhm.
mhm.
them to keep an eye out for your kids, etc. There was a sense
Yeah.
of safety in that most people don't have anymore.
That's true. Like you could go to anybody's house if there was a problem. Even the corner store.
Yeah,
The guy at the corner store would help you out
right.
if you needed something, right? It was just the way it was. But
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
right, there isn't that anymore.
Yeah, and I
And
think I think that has a
Becky
lot to do with it.
Becky is right.
Mhm.
It was also a time when women were blamed for wearing the wrong clothes. So the
Yeah.
nasties weren't reporting because, we feared being blamed. And honestly, that still does happen, but they get
Absolutely.
more pushback now than they did back then. Like
Yeah.
that we who was it? I was in a chat yesterday, in Journey's chat, last night, and we were talking about how um, there were a few of us in the chat who were talking about um, how when we were in our younger days last century, where it's not surprising to know or to hear how many women like ourselves had our rear ends grabbed at work or were fondled in some way at work by either another employee or a boss, and
Yeah.
you had nowhere to turn, especially if it was a boss. um, we just didn't have that protection that does happen today, at least.
Yeah, I've had conversations with my grandma about like working today versus working then, and she's told me stories of like some really shitty things that happened, and I'm like, I'm sorry that happened to you. Unfortunately, that's not okay. And I'm sorry nobody was able to do anything about it. But all we can do is try to make it better now.
Yeah.
Try to make
Miles,
it better moving forward.
you wanted
Yeah.
to say something.
Yeah, like even in the schoolyard in elementary school, like boys would try and kiss you and grab you um or hit you or pull your hair. Oh, he just liked you,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
you
Boys
know?
will be boys.
I was wearing a tube top, and a friend's brother ran up behind me and yanked it down. It was the last time I wore a tube top ever.
Yeah.
Right? You should be able to wear what you want, right?
Yeah.
Tube
Yep.
top- Back in the day, tube tops were the thing. They were
Yeah.
cool,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Our heat and humidity,
Yeah.
those were the things to wear.
Yep.
And often we would wear a blouse over, but unbuttoned.
Yeah.
But it was just, I don't know. And the boys will be boys, and that's what we got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
was felt up by my mother's coworker when I was a teenager, and he didn't even lose his job.
Oy.
Well, it just sucks because like boys are raised hearing boys will be boys. And so are girls raised hearing boys will be boys, right? There was never accountability
Yeah.
for men when it was against women.
Mm-hmm.
We had, after my father had passed away, see, this is the other thing that my generation and Gen X's still have to battle against, because we were raised to be nice and polite at all times. And shortly after my father had passed away, once my mother went back to work, a man came over to pay his condolences. And I had to be the nice little hostess because my mother was not home yet.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
So,
shit.
yeah, I had not been taught, do not let anyone in the house when we're
And
not
of course,
here.
he was here expressing his condolences. So, what would you even fucking think?
Exactly. Now, luckily for me, things did not advance too far, but let me just tell you, I know firsthand experience how gross it is for a young girl who is like not even 12 yet to have an older man shoving his tongue in her mouth.
Oh.
And I will probably never forget that, unfortunately.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
But that, and the moment I heard my mother's key in the lock, I sprouted springs and I bounced to like the other side of the room. And to this day, I have never told her about that.
Yeah, I was going to say, did you ever tell her?
Nope.
Yeah.
No, because, back in the day, they just didn't believe you.
Yeah.
I told my mom about this guy because I told my friend. I told my childhood bestie. And she was like, if you don't tell your mom, I will.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's a good bestie.
Yeah.
That's actually the first time that I've told anyone that story,
Mm-hmm.
That's
because
crazy.
Scooter.
I shoved it down and swore that I would never say anything,
You didn't
because
deserve that.
I knew
Yeah.
somehow I was at fault some way. And I know now that that is not the case,
Sure.
but
But back in our day, you would have been at fault. That's the
yeah,
problem.
I
You
mean,
wouldn't
Yeah.
believed, right?
somehow I this prepubescent girl tempted this old man.
This old
Yeah.
lech.
Mm,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's gross.
I hate I have feelings about
Thanks, everybody. Yeah.
about men in general, right? Because like I do believe that like,
You are not alone there.
I have feelings about men in general because yes, they are absolutely terrible. But I do also, there's the part of me that is sensible and realizes that like they're terrible because of the way that they were raised, right? Like they were raised to think that's okay. Like
Yeah.
the way to fix this problem is to raise better men.
Yes.
That's true. Like my husband is I have never seen him um like he is so respectful of women. When he's walking along the street and he sees a woman walking by herself, he will cross over to the other side of the street so he doesn't scare her.
Mhm.
You know,
Which like
he
it's
will.
terrifying that like men have to do that, right?
Mhm.
Like that also feels like bad for men that they feel like they have to do that to keep from scaring a woman. But like it's the point of reality that we've made it to that it has become so bad
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
that it's necessary.
Yeah. Well, also, men have been raised with the mentality of even if you know you should not do that, you still need to stay quiet because it's the bro code, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
I think there's some of that goes on. I also think that the men who are assholes genuinely don't behave like assholes when they're around the guys that are good guys.
Yeah.
Like they don't do that shit when they know they're going to get called out on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they only talk about it or do it around people they know they can get away with it.
Exactly.
I saw something about that recently actually about how they can test the waters with like something that they can brush off as being a joke, right?
Yes.
And if the
Mhm.
joke lands, they know they can go farther. But if the joke doesn't land, they stop. Right?
Exactly.
Say it's a joke and act like it never happened and like they're not that person. But if the joke lands, they know they can keep going.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And the irony of that whole situation is that had my father been alive, that man never would have tried that. And B, had he been stupid enough to try that, he never would have tried it again with anyone.
That's so fair.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
So,
but see, there's plenty of people also that don't like even if their father was alive. So, for instance, myself, my father is still very much alive. But until I was 19 years old, he had nothing to do with me. He had no part of my life, right? So like
right.
if something had happened to me, he never would have even known.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Professor Kakan says, I don't know this bro code of which you speak. And Professor, I am glad that you don't know of this bro code. I wish there were more men
who were not aware of this bro code.
Well, and
Yes.
another thing when it comes to like why men like become shitty, obviously opinions. They're raised to feel like emotions are not okay.
Yeah. Except for
and
anger.
Like, right. And like compressing all of those emotions. I can't imagine the type of person I would be if I thought my emotions weren't okay, right? Like I already experienced so many emotions and suppressed some of them, but if I had to do it to that level, I couldn't imagine the type of person I'd become. So like I will say here and I will say point blank period, I hate men, but it's society's fault that I hate men. It's not even the men's fault. It's society's fault I hate men.
Well, they're not. They aren't all the same. They aren't all.
They're not. Just the vast majority.
I mean, that's the thing, though, is I mean, I am prone to generalization as well, but in all seriousness, I think a lot of men literally do not know how to handle a situation like that because they have never been shown how to behave in a
Yeah.
situation like that. So, I mean, I have, like I said, I've been known to make sweeping generalizations, but I also recognize that it's really probably not true.
Mm-hmm.
However, I do still subscribe to true, it's probably not all men, but if you don't say anything, you're part of that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that even goes to a man making a comment about a woman's body when he is not in that kind of a relationship with her,
Mm-hmm.
and when no one asked.
Yeah.
You know, it's like maybe you think you're being cute or flattering, but trust me, it's not okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? It's these days compared to where when we grow up, it is more acceptable for us as women to stand our ground,
Yeah.
Call a man
right?
out. Absolutely.
Right.
Call a man
And
out.
my husband always says, you know, you're 5'1" and you'll take on a 6'4" grown man without hesitation,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Oh yeah. I have seen and heard the stories.
I will,
She is literally the picture in the dictionary of tiny but mighty.
I just not put up with it. Like, yeah. Dave
Yeah.
came back last weekend or the weekend before. I can't remember. We were in Walmart parking lot, and this guy was leering at me and driving by and whatever. So of course he got double bird from me. And, and Dave's walking back from putting the car away, and what was that all about? And I said, well, I don't know if I just maybe he's going to turn around and I just got you in a fight. But
That is so funny.
Well,
but
luckily, both Miles and her husband can handle themselves. So, I mean, that guy
yeah,
in the car does not know the trouble he borrowed.
that wasn't his fight to fight. That would have been my fight to fight. But stand back. And he's also a black belt, so he's not allowed to fight.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
It's fair.
that's okay. I know you can handle yourself too. So, now, when I was, it was before the girls. So, this is going back more than 40 years. Oh, but I was working in an office, and again, a lot of men in that office, but also a lot of women. And trust me when I tell you, it was not a sisterhood. Um, and there was a guy who worked there. Again, I don't know what it is with that particular age group, but I would put him probably in his 50s, and I was barely in my 20s. Hello, Buttercup. Um, and I was walking down the hall back to my desk, which was the reception desk, and he grabbed my ass. And I think I was just done with everything that day. Miles is very familiar with me at that mental state. um, And I turned around and I didn't mean to yell, but my voice took on the no nonsense and
Love
volume
that for
that
you.
said, "Don't you ever touch me again."
I love
And
that for you.
I'm sure I was pointing because that's my go to. And the look on my face, the expression of looks could kill was literally all over this face. And I don't know if you are aware of this, but I have the face for the definition of RBF. So, so, um, but and there was another man in the hallway at the time who literally froze in place as well. And the guy who had offended me kind of looked like a deer in the headlights, and he just turned and walked away and never came near me again.
Good.
Oh yeah, because they're
Ever.
like bullies.
Yeah.
They're like bullies. They
Yeah.
are power. Though it's about power, and the reason they're grasping for power is because they feel powerless. So if you confront them, then they will not mess with you.
Well, I mean, like
Yeah.
Generally,
that's
there are
exactly
exceptions to that rule.
that's
Yeah.
exactly why it's typically like that age, or why I'm going to bring up a rough topic. The Epstein files is mostly powerful men. It's mostly
Yeah.
powerful men because you get to a point where you have so much power that you're like, okay, what do I do now?
Yeah.
And it sucks that the what do I do now turns to hurting people because you
Yeah.
have no other way to grasp that power. You've already gotten more than you need.
Right.
So it just, once you get a taste of power, if you keep going, it's a problem.
Yeah. It's and I mean, we knew nothing about the Epstein files or anything even remotely close to that.
Mm-hmm.
But when I heard about the Epstein files, I don't know about anybody else on the panel, but I honestly was not surprised.
I don't think
I was
anybody was
more
surprised.
surprised that this was the first time something like this had come out.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of what we grew up with, or at least what I know I grew up with the in like the office world that I was in.
Absolutely.
So
Oops.
Yes.
I mean,
Absolutely.
there may be non-powerful men in the Epstein files, but not nearly as many as there are powerful men in the
yeah,
Epstein files. Like, it's definitely, with power, I feel like comes the temptation to act on anything that you wouldn't have before, which is honestly terrifying because with power, you should be under more scrutiny. Like, that's how that should work to be an
yeah,
effective balance. But it's so out of balance because those with power have so much of it
yeah. They
that it's
can pay to protect themselves.
exactly, and that's what they've done.
Yep.
What a
Yeah, it's insane. It hasn't stopped. I do think that women have been standing up for themselves more and over time getting more credibility as a result, which is good. More people are listening. Not everybody is listening. We still have
Yeah.
problems with a lot of people accusing women of blaming men when it was nothing, or
Mm-hmm.
not believing women when they come forward about things. Obviously, in the States, we still have Roe v. Wade was overturned, so we are
Mm-hmm.
fighting for reproductive rights for women.
Yep.
Like, women are still having to fight, but I feel like we won a lot of battles in the middle.
Yeah.
Four.
And it unfortunately we're at a time, and I think it's cyclical with society, where the gains that have been fought for by our predecessors and our generations have been whittled away because those men with the power and the money, particularly men, and in my opinion, traitorous women,
Yep.
have said, "Oh no, that's just going too far. We need to be able to control you. So therefore, we're going to roll back those gains, and good luck fighting for them all over again."
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yep. It's crazy because, like, especially as an American, you know, most people see it as a battle of the left versus the right, or the men versus the women, but
Yeah.
it's neither of those things, right? It's the wealthy versus the average everyday person,
Yeah.
right? And the average everyday person is the one that loses time after time after time.
And we have to reconsider what we think of as wealthy.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah, because that's a part of the problem, right?
We're not talking about
people who
the
make
millionaires, or even
$150,000.
we're not talking about millionaires. We're talking about billionaires.
Oh yeah, no, and
Yeah.
I've seen people make like $150,000 say, "Well, I'm not voting this way because I'm gonna have to pay more in taxes." You consider yourself to be on the same level of Jeffrey Bezos? Please enlighten
Right.
me.
Yeah.
Enlighten
Right.
me.
Yeah.
I don't think you're our target.
Well,
If you want to share, I'll take it, but like, I don't think you're the target here. So
nowadays, $150,000 does not go
doesn't do
as
shit.
far as people think it does.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Yeah.
I personally would like to try.
I agree. I agree. Let me see what I can do with that.
Yeah.
Pay off some credit card debt, maybe my house. I don't know. Somewhere.
Yep. Yep. I would like to try for, I don't know, the rest of my life. Yeah.
Listen, you could let me win the lottery once and I think I'll be golden. I think I'll be fine. Like, just one time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, so generationally, politics is very different than what it was when we grew up, right, Scooter?
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
I feel
And there
like
was a
Like,
time when both sides were much closer together in their viewpoints, but also they were able to have reasoned conversations and come to an agreement for the betterment of all of society.
yeah.
Well,
I
mhm.
because
mean, there were
there
always
was a baseline freaking framework that everybody agreed on. These are the rules of the game.
yeah.
This is the name of the game we're playing, and these are the rules. And now we've got people, we're like, the game is football, and they're like, okay, we're going to use the rugby and the cricket rules.
So, Heather, I'm not entirely sure about your question. Why are there so many stories from female, male, and other identified sexes?
Tell
So,
us more.
Yeah,
yeah,
please.
I,
More
I'm
information.
I'm not entirely sure what you're asking. I will just say that while I was not aware of it as a child, I I have come to understand from the indigenous people that two spirit has always been a thing,
Yeah.
and so I'm that leads me to understand that non-binary has always been a thing. It's just not been in my sphere of understanding. that's what I will just say to start that part of the conversation. Because just because we didn't know it existed doesn't mean it didn't exist. I could say the same thing about the Black experience. If you are not Black and did not experience it, does that mean that it doesn't exist?
Right. Which is absolutely not true. Like, everybody experiences things differently, right? Perspective is always going to be different depending on your experience. One thing I will say about like non-binary, this is actually my area of expertise. Hi. Bisexual woman here, LGBTQ. I pride myself on my LGBTQ knowledge. But non-binary is something I have a weird, different sort of take on. And my take is that I don't understand why we're so insistent on putting people in boxes.
Yeah.
That they need to create more boxes or find other boxes to go into, right? Like, if we weren't so worried about putting men in this box, women in this box, then people could be whatever they wanted to be, and you wouldn't have to put a label on it at all, right? Everybody would essentially be non-binary. You could do whatever.
Right.
I hate that we put people into boxes as much as we do. Now, obviously, sometimes I'm going to do it as well because it's what we're used to, but I wish it was not standard.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, folks our age and further back have to basically lose their option to have a say before that has even a chance of happening.
Okay, so on part 1 for Heather's question.
When we grew up, I'm not going to say that it didn't exist. We didn't know it existed. And because of society, it had to be hidden so well. So our generation has had to recently relearn.
Yep.
Like Monica says, just because we didn't know about it doesn't mean it doesn't exist, right? We didn't know it existed because it had to be hidden. So now we have to relearn.
Yep.
All about.
And a lot of us have issues with remembering to say they instead of he or she, but that's literally because we have spent the first 40, 50 years of our lives only having those as the two pronouns.
Yeah. Well, and something also to consider, though, is that the people who are going through those experiences, right? The people who are non-binary, the people who are transitioning one way or the other, they understand that people are learning, right? And typically they are willing to give grace to people who are making an attempt at showing that they're learning, right? Like, if you mess up the pronouns once or twice, they likely won't say anything unless it's consistent, and then they'll give you a friendly reminder. I have not, in my experience, met a trans or non-binary individual who did that disrespectfully. And my best friend is trans. So I have watched the grace that they're able to give people, and they give it without hesitation, right? Because they know, because they're also learning at the same time. They've likely gone through several different stages to get to where they are.
Right.
Yeah.
But also it's important to remember and to keep in mind how we would personally respond if somebody misgendered us.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yep.
And how I was explaining this to a friend who didn't want to be corrected about pronouns. And I said, But wouldn't you correct somebody if they misgendered you?
Yep.
And you would do it immediately without hesitation.
Yep. They give a lot of grace because they know it's not easy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they also you can tell if it's intentional or if it's unintentional. I mean,
Yep.
it's not like that's not obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is so fair.
Just don't make the unintentional a habit.
Yeah, I actually my dad and I butt heads on things like that a lot. I came out to my dad in 2025. He had no idea I had a full relationship with a woman for 6 months, and he had no clue. But I came out to him in 2025, and we had a full conversation about this, and about pronouns. And he was actually upset about the fact that, because he worked for the VA for a while. And he was upset that they were required to put pronouns in their like email signature. And I'm like, okay, but he's like, I think if you want to put them, you can, but I don't think everybody should be required. I'm like, okay, but here's the reason it was likely required, right? If the people who wanted to put them in there are the only ones with them in there, it still makes them different, right? How hard is it to put a few extra symbols or syllables in your email signature to make someone feel included? Because that's what it's about. They already feel so different, so excluded. If you can do just these few simple things to make it easier for them, it's so much better.
Yeah.
And what about people who have gender fluid first names?
Yep.
Wouldn't you rather know?
I absolutely would.
I mean,
absolutely
how
would.
many of y'all remember Pat from Saturday Night Live?
I do.
Right? Wouldn't everybody like Pat to have Pat's gender identity in their email?
Because yeah.
I mean, Pat, right? Sam, Riley, all of those could really go either way.
Exactly. Won't that make you much more comfortable in interacting with them if you know what's going on?
Yeah.
So I don't understand.
It's not even like it's adding a full sentence. You're adding like 10 characters maybe. It's 10 characters is worth an hour-long debate.
Well, like my friend, I don't want to be corrected about gender pronouns.
And you know, why? I have come to learn in the last little while, if I'm unsure, I have become bold enough to ask.
Yeah. And that's not easy, honestly. Asking when you're not sure is hard.
Get over.
Yeah, because I run into this situation where there's Pat. I don't know. I don't know, and I have to know. I have to ask because I'm going to hurt somebody's feelings, maybe.
Right.
Well, and I mean, the alternative to asking now, which has become a bigger thing with non-binary being more common, is to use they, them if you don't know.
Yes.
Because that won't offend anybody, right? You would use that if you were talking about them and had no idea anyway. So they, them is a solid backup plan if you don't feel comfortable asking. And sometimes there's situations where you won't feel comfortable asking. Like if you're meeting this person one time and you may never see them again, like what's really the point in asking? I'll just use they, them. It's not going to hurt their feelings and we move on. You know?
Great. It's also great training just to change your pronouns in general to they, them.
And now that's hard. I will say that is very hard. I've been trying with that for years.
That way you're less likely to make the routine mistake.
Yeah.
That results in misgendering
Right.
somebody.
So that brings up a question that I have, because it has come up in conversation periodically, and some people have very strong feelings about it. What does the cis gender stand for? Like, why is it, is that an acronym for something? I'm
I don't know
asking
the
because
name.
I literally do not know. But there are some people who are very offended at being called cis woman or cis man. They're just a woman, they're just a man. But then a trans woman is still a woman, and a trans man is a man. So
all it means is that your gender identity is the same as what you look like, or what you were assigned at birth.
Yeah, assigned at birth.
Right.
So that's typically what it means. And I actually Googled it because I don't know the origin of it either. And I also am aware of people who don't like being required to use cis, right? Or like refer to themselves
Well,
as cis.
I think we used to use it heterosexual.
Yeah.
It's similar to hetero. Right. It's like people didn't like to say heterosexual because that was somehow weird. They'd have to identify themselves as heterosexual rather than just being normal, right?
So,
it's taking the normal marker off.
Right, which you had to have something to counter homosexual, right? Like if you were going to use homosexual to refer to gay people, you had to have something for straight people, because you can't assign a label to one and not assign a label to the other, essentially.
The other thing is that the terms homosexual and heterosexual do not include the identified gender.
Correct.
Yeah.
Sexual identification, sexual orientation, and gender identification are very different.
And somebody please correct me if I'm wrong, is that if you're trans, you want that gender that you identify with at the end of trans, right? Am I correct in that?
So
you're a trans
female, or you're a trans male.
So okay, let's actually go back to the homosexual heterosexual thing, because that's actually a really good way to explain it that I've never thought about before. So I didn't know the origin of cis either. So I did Google it, do a quick Google search, and it is Latin. Someone in chat brought that up. Latin originates for on the side of or on the same side as, and it is directly to be an opposition for trans, right? So for a trans man, trans woman, a cis man, or a cis woman. And that is very much similar to heterosexual versus homosexual. So it's very much, if you're going to use a trans label for a trans man or trans woman, you absolutely should also use the cis label for a cisgendered man or cisgendered woman. Now, that being said, if you are perfectly happy, like I am perfectly happy if it's a trans man or trans woman, just calling them a man or a woman, calling them what they prefer to identify as. Some people are not comfortable with that. If I were to just call a trans man a man, I absolutely would just call myself a woman. I wouldn't need to add cis. But if I'm going to add trans when referring to a man or woman who is showing up as they wish to identify in the world, I should also add cis to myself. Does that make sense?
That is the exact conversation that I have had with my trans friends. That if I'm out there identifying people as trans, then I need to be identifying myself as cis. Just like if I'm out there saying those people are gay, I need to say
you identify yourself as straight.
I identify myself as straight, right?
Yep.
But at the same time, I can I can sort of go with what Becky says. If you're not saying you're cis, if you're not putting a label on yourself, I don't know if it's okay for other people to call you cis, Becky.
I mean, I don't think unless you are intending to have a form of relationship with that person that requires it, that you have any right to know what's in anybody's pants. You have any right
There
to put
you
a label on a
go.
period.
Exactly.
Personally.
Yeah. Thank you. I was
Yep.
like, I think that's none of their business.
Now, if it's your
Yep.
intention, by all means. But otherwise, that's why I typically don't use cis, because I typically don't use trans unless it's important to the context of the story.
Right. It's
Exactly.
not,
Same.
Right. Like
Yeah.
if I'm talking about someone where like the fact of them being trans is not significant to the context of the story, I'll just say a man, say a woman. That's
Right.
all they are.
Right. Right. Yeah, I never walk up to people and say, you know, are trans? Never.
No.
Well, but you would be surprised the number of people that will either assume or ask, right? But like you'll also be surprised the amount of difficulty they have doing like basic things, right? Like actually we just recently passed Trans Day of Visibility, so this is a great conversation for today. Let's go. But like have you ever okay, if you mentioned you have trans friends. Have you ever been out in a public situation when they have to use the bathroom?
Yes.
Because that simple situation for any of us, right?
Yes.
You go to the bathroom, but they have to have this entire like conflict
Inner
inside
dialogue.
about am I passing enough to go into this bathroom?
Enough to go into this bathroom.
Is it dangerous for me to go into that one because I'm too passing? Like,
and I have trans male friends and trans female friends.
Mm-hmm.
So, and there's like different considerations, right? There's different dangers. It's just different.
Now it shouldn't matter, right? You should just be able to use the bathroom like a human being.
Well, this has never made sense to me. Why don't we just build like individual little stalls,
family restrooms
with doors on them, like family restrooms? We can do that easily enough instead of having these rickety things around us. And then nobody has a problem with it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And like, who are the creepy ass people who are going into the bathroom, looking in the stalls to see what each person has? Like, excuse me, they're the ones who need to be called out.
It's not even that. It's not even that. It's like someone. So it's like if someone who
I'm getting some feedback on somebody's sound. I'm just letting you know.
I'm not sure. I'm getting it too. But like for instance, right, if someone who is transitioning to female but still somewhat resembles a man, like is not fully passing at that point in their transition, walks into a women's restroom because that's how they identify, people automatically assume that they're a creep, but they're not. They're just trying to exist, you know. They're 9 times out of 10 going to mind their own business. The ones that don't, I very much question, because most trans individuals don't care. Most trans individuals are just trying to live, just trying to exist like every other human.
They're just trying to go potty like everybody else.
Right.
And if they could avoid it,
they would
not be doing it in a public place.
Yeah.
They would not.
I as a woman, for years I have had issues with those stupid bathroom stalls because I've had other women try to look through the crack, like, hello, yeah, the door is closed. There's somebody in here. That's all you need to know.
Right.
Right.
Well, I mean,
You were not invited to a viewing party.
well, I mean, there are creeps in all boxes, right? Again, why are we putting people in boxes? Because there's creeps in all of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah. I don't. I mean, I literally heard a song written that, like, part of the lyrics, some of you will be very familiar with, is "Live and Let Live."
Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't care. Like, you know,
I don't know who it is, Antics.
People have to be happy. They have to live their authentic selves, right? And
What are we doing
because,
if we're not?
well, the alternative is devastating, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
The alternative is devastating. And
Mhm.
I don't know, Scooter and I had the conversation the other day and about, so I am a Christian, and so many Christians don't believe that, they're very judgy. And Jesus said one thing is that we are to love everybody. That's the bottom line. We are to love everybody. Not up to us to fix everything. We just have to love them. Right. And she said to me, she said, I wish more Christians thought the way you do,
Agree.
because I just don't, like, everybody's a human being. I don't
Yeah.
care, right, what your sexual orientation is. My command is to love you anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of modern day Christianity has really gotten away from that,
Mm.
unfortunately.
Mm,
Well, it's
yeah.
not Christianity per se, it's a cult of MAGA. And a lot of it.
Unfortunately, it predates MAGA even.
Yeah.
It does.
But
It does.
yes, but MAGA has.
I think
I mean, it does predate MAGA, but
what I hear often is conservative Christianity. Just adding that conservative title to it. It's how I hear the differentiation most often. Because it's putting the conservative values on top of your religion instead of just separating them.
So conservative values have changed a lot.
Yeah.
Right.
They have.
I mean, I always say the conservatives of today are not our grand conservatives, right?
they're
That's
not
fair.
conservative. They're activists.
Sorry?
They're not conservative. They're activists.
Yeah. Yeah. We're just not.
Yeah, it's just, I have noticed it, and I could be wrong about how far back it goes, but I remember noticing it in the early 2000s, and it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. Like, somebody on Threads the other day said that, I don't know how true this is, but they had asked, do Canadians not have Christians anymore because someone is saying that Canadians are trying to cancel Christianity? And I was like immediately livid. And I'm like, of course we do. We just don't preach and scream about it every 5 effing minutes. And
Right.
like that was my knee-jerk response, because I hear it so often where it's not necessary to announce your faith in a preface to everything you're about to say.
Yeah.
In my opinion. And I don't like, I didn't grow up that way.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, the feedback is getting really bad, and I don't know where it's coming from.
Let me run and get my headphones and see if it's me.
Okay, thank you. I don't know exactly when it changed, but I swear it was like from sometime in the 2000s. I just started noticing it a lot, and I was like, okay, so why did that have to be part of the conversation? Do you not just have your own opinion that is not reliant upon your faith?
Yeah.
Because I do. And not everybody follows the same faith.
It's not necessarily a
Good night,
universal
Kathy.
opinion.
Yeah. I have no problem with being guided by your faith, but at the same time, I don't think it's necessary to constantly announce that as if that's the only reason you might have that opinion.
Right.
I mean, I went 40 years before hearing statements like that.
Yeah, see, I don't really have a dog in this fight. The early 2000s, I was a baby, so I wouldn't have seen the transition. Like all of Christianity to me is tainted this lens of just judgment, right? Like if I have family that is very, very religious, and I have had conversations with younger members of my family who were raised in those situations, in those environments, who have talked very at length about the fact that like they taught you growing up, if you read the Bible, it's, love everybody, all of this, but then the second you do something that's different or something that is considered to be a sin, etc., you're outcast, sort of, in a sense. So like, for instance, my sister went to church religiously. She was going to church regularly for probably a couple of years when she found out she was pregnant out of wedlock. And in that situation, we had been looking for a place to have like the baby shower, etc. The church was not an option because she had this child of wedlock. And she also was terrified of going back. She has gone back to church more than once or twice in the past 4 years since having this child because she's afraid of the stares that she gets every time she goes.
Yeah.
But she would have gotten the same stares if she hadn't had the child, right? If she had aborted the pregnancy, she would have gotten the same looks, if not worse. And it's like, at what point are we judging too much?
Yeah. I mean, you're literally in a catch-22. Yeah.
It's purity
I
culture.
I went through that um, in the mid '80s when I was pregnant with my daughters and made the unfortunate decision to wear the largest sweatshirt I owned at the time when I was going out one day over my humongous belly because I was carrying twins. Uh, that happened to be a sweatshirt from the group Wham.
Love Wham.
Yeah, and it was Choose Life. Now, I wasn't
Love that.
thinking about that at the time. I was thinking about it's my Wham sweatshirt and it's large and it fits. And it did not occur to me until I was getting on the streetcar on my way, I think, to an appointment. And someone looked at me and said, "Oh, I'm so glad you chose life." And I went, "Okay." And then looked down and went, "Oh."
Oh, that chat message referencing Monty, I love her. 12 out of 10 recommend Monty. Watch a lot of her.
Sorry, give me one sec. Miles, it is on your end. Can you connect those headphones?
Apparently, it can't.
Oh, crap.
Hold on one second.
Okay. I'm going to mute you for the moment. Give me a wave if you need to say something.
Mhm.
Okay, so fundamentalist. Check out Monty Mader. She was raised fundamentalist and graduated from Liberty University. On her videos, she now points out the dangers of fundamentalism and the attempt to have a theocracy.
She's very good.
She's really good.
She's very intelligent. She has a very good way of explaining things in a way that makes a lot of sense. I actually recently watched a video. She spoke, I want to say at Cambridge. Was it Cambridge?
What's the name again?
Monty
Mader.
Mader, Mader. But she left. Let me see. I messaged her about it. Because she ended it. She ended this speech because it was on feminism. The speech was on if feminism was like negatively impacting men. It was a debate. So she gave her portion of the debate and had me speechless when she ended the debate with true equality is only a threat to a system that values oppression.
Yes.
My jaw was on the floor. I was like, yes.
Yeah. I mean, there are so many things that have been claimed in the name of faith through history that it's just always problematic. Which does not mean that I don't have faith. Good night, Becky. Thanks for being here.
Good night, Becky.
But at the same time, I do acknowledge my faith and I do take guidance from it, but it is not my only decision-making factor.
Yeah.
Like they used to say that mixed marriage was against the Bible, was a crime against God. Like, you're not a human marrying a cow. Why is this a problem? You know?
So fair. So fair.
I mean, so when I look at messages like that, that's where my hesitation comes from.
Yeah.
And I understand, and I don't begrudge anyone, their faith, as long as it is a real faith, as Zippy said, and not a religion just for the tax purposes like Scientology. Because if I had a problem with someone being strong in their faith, Miles and I would probably have had some very heavy discussions about that.
Yeah.
But just as I have issues with some of the messages that come out that are supposedly guided in faith, she accepts that I have those issues, and I accept that she doesn't have as many issues with it as I do.
Yeah.
But we are now living in a world where being accepting and tolerant of other people's views is more and more challenging for some reason.
We have to talk more.
Yeah, we need to be able to talk more.
And we need to be able to listen more.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. And we need to be able to do that without immediately assuming that any statement made is an attack.
Yeah.
Right. There has to be space for misunderstanding, disagreement, disjointedness, disunity, rancor. All of that has to be okay and be communicated through.
Yeah.
Everybody's experiences are different, and it forms who they are. And so Scooter's experience as a child is different than mine, as mine is different from yours. And that really forms a lot of our opinions. And we need to be open to others' opinions because they're very subjective, right? And
they're coming from their own position. They're valid for that person.
That's right. They're valid for that person, and we need to accept that.
I feel like I am, for the most part, pretty open-minded. I pride myself on that. But I also have the same problem sometimes, right? Where I absolutely have a hard time talking with people who have vastly different beliefs than me. I've been working on it, I will say. I have gotten to a point where I will continue the conversation until it hits a point of infringing on the rights of another person. At that point, I can no longer compromise with somebody. If what they are saying impacts the rights of another individual, no thanks. You can count me out of the conversation at that point. Because I know what I can handle and what I can't.
I have a similar boundary line. I have no tolerance for intolerance.
Correct.
So that is if you're intolerant, we're not playing on the same playing field.
Right. And
so
it's like
we're not I'm not letting you in my game.
I've seen so many people talk about like, why it's so hard to like talk to somebody about something political, right? And I'm like, okay, well, first off, from my understanding, prior to me being an adult, talking politics was not widely acceptable, right? Like you typically kept your politics in your back pocket and you never spoke about it. From how I was told growing up. Now it's kind of necessary, but also now a lot of things that we consider to be politics shouldn't be fucking politics. I'm sorry, pardon my French, but it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Like,
no. Birthright citizenship is not.
We can disagree politically, fine. That's okay. But like disagreeing politically is not disagreeing on whether or not Black Lives Matter.
Right.
Disagreeing politically is not disagreeing on whether or not a woman should be able to make a decision to have an abortion. Disagreeing politically should not impact anybody else's ability to do things that they need to do.
Yes.
Yep. It's not your business what I do with my body unless I am sharing my body with you.
Right.
But
exactly.
ultimately, it's still my decision because it is my body.
Exactly. And like even the people who are like, oh, but in cases like this, it should be acceptable. No, that is not acceptable either, because you're still requiring a woman to justify her choice. She should not have to go up there on the stand and tell you that she is needing it for X, Y, and Z. She should be able to keep that private. We have HIPAA for a reason.
I like James Tallarico's explanation of why he knows that God is pro-choice.
Mm-hmm.
And what is that?
He asked Mary.
He asked Mary?
I love that!
That's good.
Isn't that good?
I saw something similar a while ago that I actually sent to my super religious sister. This was really, honestly, I don't know what state I was in to send this to her, because I really probably shouldn't have. But basically it's like, let me get this straight, right? Being gay is a sin, so the gays are sinners, and Jesus died for our sins, so Jesus died for the gays, right?
I mean,
Jesus died for the gays?
Yeah.
I guess so, yeah. that logic works.
It checks out, honestly.
I mean, literally every single one of us, just by being here, is a sinner in some way, shape, or form.
Yep. So who are you to judge which sins are
universal
worse?
condition.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
but there's no.
We've all done, like, even if you're not religious, we've all done bad things that we feel guilt about.
There's no perfect people. There are no.
Right.
I don't care what church you belong to, what affiliations you have. There are no perfect people. There was one perfect person who walked this planet, and he said we are to love everybody.
Yep.
That's it. That's it. There's no perfect people. We are all sinners.
There is no greater law than this.
So whether you're gay or trans, or I had premarital sex, or I told somebody to F off, which was not out of love, we're all sinners. It's all the same.
Well, that's the other thing. This ranking of sins somehow has got me a little rankled.
Agreed.
It seems to me that they all are fairly equal. And last time I noticed, nobody was lecturing me about gluttony when I walked through the church door.
Right?
Nobody.
Oh, yes.
I gotta be honest, I do feel a little bad about putting a curse word in the same box as a murder, but I mean, I think we could separate a few of them out there. But we talked about like the differences in like religion growing up, right? And I don't know what it was like for you guys, but a story came to mind while you were talking about the fact that we're all sinners. And I, growing up, I was raised Catholic, but my mom's side of the family was Baptist. So I went to some events on both religions, right? And on the Baptist side, one of the events that I went to a few times, very much, it was an event for kids, right? Like middle school, teenage kids. And it's literally trying to scare them out of sinning to keep them from going to hell, like using hell as this nightmare to keep them from sinning, right? But like that doesn't help. It doesn't help, right? All that does is hurt, because now if they sin once, they're going to be afraid, they're going to be terrified, right? And then what are they going to do? It's going to get worse. It's going to keep getting worse. I think we use fear far too much.
Oh,
As a tactic,
Yeah.
especially in religion.
Fear is a conversion method for religion. Is the worst. I mean, it's highly effective, but it doesn't bring you converts.
I don't think it brings you the people you want.
That you want. Exactly.
Like, I think it brings you numbers. I don't think it
Yes.
brings you quality.
Quality. Yeah. You want people.
Define quality.
You want people who are coming to Jesus because they want to learn, they want to follow Jesus, they want to do good, they want discipleship and how to be better people, they want to serve the community, that's why you want people coming to Jesus.
It brings you people who are filling a church seat just because they are afraid of going to hell.
You don't want people who are afraid of going to hell, and that's the reason they converted, for a chance to go to heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially because if they're doing it out of fear, how invested are they going to continue to be?
Right. I remember being terrified in my childhood that, like, I at 16 years old asked my mother if I could say a single curse word, because I was terrified after going to so many of those things that it scared me to say a curse word.
Wow.
So I was going to go to hell for that. Obviously, I'm not.
What kind of a curse word?
I don't even remember now. I was like 16.
There's a wide array.
Are you talking about man-made curse words, or are you talking about what the Bible actually says about don't take the Lord's name in vain?
So actually, I think it was Monty who was mentioned earlier that has a really good video on taking the Lord's name in vain. Because that's not actually like using his name, right? Like, it's not actually, like, my aunt growing up was very much, if I said gosh darn it, she would say, oh well, you can't say that because we know gosh is intended to fill the space of God. And that's using God's name in vain. But that's not actually like what it means. I grew up my entire life thinking that was the sin, was just using his name and like saying God darn it. Like, her explanation is that the sin is actually doing things that Jesus wouldn't do and using God's name to do them.
Okay. Yeah.
Judging people and blaming your religion for it. Perfect example.
Yep.
Yes.
Good night, Antics.
Good night, Antics.
I'm pretty sure Monty has that video. I'm pretty sure that's where I found it, and it was so good.
I am going to just sort of transition us into a wrap up because we've been here for almost 2 hours
That's crazy.
and people are
Wow.
starting to drop.
That's fair. It's
And
getting
we
late.
got totally off the Gen X conversation
We
or
did.
the generation.
That's okay.
I
The
mean, not
generational.
necessarily though. We still
I-
got to see the difference in how we
Yes.
get where we get.
That is true. And there are, I think, in a lot of ways, each generation honestly does view things in a very similar way as the previous generation. However, we're kind of the later Gen Joneses forward, I think, have, for the most part, had our eyes more open to acceptance of a lot of changes, maybe more so than those who are older than us. I'm just saying that's a possibility in my mind because I know, like, I was never so happy to realize that I was actually part of Gen Jones as opposed to being a boomer because so many bad behaviors or bad attitudes have been assigned to boomers in the last few years. And I'm like, wait, that is not me. Do not include me in that.
I mean, I feel like a lot have been assigned to
Well,
millennials as well.
and Gen Xers.
And honestly, Gen Zs are currently getting painted with the boy, you have no idea how good you have it brush.
Mm-hmm.
So,
But we were
and
all painted with that brush. Every
yes, we
generation
were.
has been painted with that brush.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that's for sure.
But you know what? Every generation could always have it better.
Yep, that is true.
And we have.
Miles, I need you to tell the story about the handyman.
Uh-oh.
The one that mentioned something about you and technology.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that was my alarm tech.
Yeah.
So, miles from nowhere is where I live. I live in the middle of nowhere. So, yeah, it's over an hour to the nearest grocery store. We don't have gas stations, anything here.
Could not.
And so, anyways, we are alarmed to the hilt. And I had a technician in who was changing over to a whole new alarm. And he was explaining this touch panel to me. And I'm like, yeah, I'm okay with that. And he goes, well, for an elderly person, he said, you sure are okay with technology. And I said, listen, I said, my generation invented the internet. My generation invented cell phones. We taught you how to use them, and we taught you not to piss in your pants in public. So,
It's so funny.
And we should have
and he
taught
was
you how to
like,
say please and thank you, ma'am.
yeah.
That's
And we
He said,
also taught you not to call us elderly. Thank you very much.
That's what he said to me. He called
I don't
he
know
called
where
me elderly.
I don't know where respect your elders was lost, but man, that must have been after me or something. Like,
Oh my. Yeah.
I don't know how I would have responded. I might have just ended up on the floor laughing.
Now, granted, like I live with my grandmother. Well, my grandma lives with me, but so I regularly have to do things with technology for her because she struggles with it. Like I have an Echo in my kitchen that we used to turn on the living room light. She will not do it. She forgets what to say every single time. She's like, Google. I'm like, no, Grandma, it's Alexa. And so we have this problem. She turns on the TV. My subscription services aren't good enough. We have to have like actual cable because she can't figure out how to navigate. She can't figure out how to navigate to and through the subscription services. So we have cable. And it's like, she asked me today how to get to the messages on her phone because she got a message from her doctor. And I'm like, Grandma, I'm looking at your messages. There's nothing in here from your doctor since February. And she's like, no, the other ones. And I'm like, what other ones? Like, I don't know what you're trying to tell me here. So it's like, I get
And
that
how
there's
old?
a disconnect sometimes, but like, I understand that, and I don't call her elderly for it, man.
Yeah.
How old is she,
I deal with that
though?
on a daily basis. 83. She's 83.
Yeah, she's actually elderly.
She is elderly.
Actually elderly. But I
She
wouldn't
is
dare say
elderly.
that to her face. I wouldn't dare.
You get killed.
She'd beat the shit out of me.
Exactly. She's gonna throw a shoe at your head.
She would.
But so we look at our grandmas, right? And as elder Gen X's, we look at our grandmas. When our grandmas were our age, they were way older than this generation.
So my grandmother's hair was completely white by this time. She was my age. She had lost all her teeth. She was a grandmother twice over.
Wow.
Jeez.
Go ahead. Finish what you were going to say, Miles.
So our Generation X and Jones, the younger Jones generation, we are not as old as our parents or grandparents were.
Yeah.
Like, I still think that I'm 25.
I love that for you because I turned 31 this weekend and I feel like I'm 82.
Right? Like,
don't worry, it gets worse.
I was at Home Depot. I was at Home Depot last week, and the guy who was older than, I don't know, dirt, who was helping me.
Would you say he was elderly? I don't know.
And I was about to jump up on the back of because I'm a farm girl, I drive a pickup truck, right? And I was about to jump up on the back of my truck, and he's like, oh, no, you can't do that.
Oh, yeah, she can.
I'm like, I think you're older than I am, so therefore I should be jumping up. And I'm like, okay, you jump up there then from the ground like I was going to.
So with the technology thing, you reminded me of what one of my daughters would say to my mother when she lived with us and she was having trouble finding something on her iPhone. Miles will immediately know which daughter I'm speaking of because she is their godmother. So she would say, Nana, here, this is what you do. You take your iPhone, you shut it off, you throw it away, and buy an Android.
My kind of girl right there. My kind of girl.
That's the goddaughter that's more like me.
That's my kind of girl. I love that.
She is so much like me.
And me. So you know how much alike we are.
I love that so much.
And all my mother could do was laugh and shake her head because she knows who her daughter is, so of course at least one of her granddaughters was gonna be like that too.
So I take care of two elderly neighbors. And so one is 88 and one is 81. And I do this technology thing all the time. And the 88-year-old has a flip phone.
Yep.
And I still have to fix things for him.
Yeah.
Yes.
All the time.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
The 81-year-old is pretty good with her smartphone. But I still have to, well, I can't find this and I can't find that. And, you know, I find that elderly people or older people, because apparently I'm elderly too, they when they grab their phone, they don't grab it by the edge like we do. They always grab it by the screen with their thumb on it, and they delete stuff.
Yep.
Or dial people.
Yes.
I think the thing that drives me a little crazy, I saw someone in chat say that like the help with technology is probably more frustrating for my grandma than it is for me, and I agree. It wholeheartedly is. But like I think the thing that gets me, right, is like your phone, its primary function is to save phone numbers for you to be able to call and message them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me why when my grandma's best friend calls, like she calls every single day, and every time she calls,
Sorry,
the number
Zippy.
pops up on the screen, not the name, because she hasn't saved it.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
My
So when
mother
you need to call
constantly
her-
carries her phone like this.
When you need to call her, what, you
Constantly.
enter
Yeah.
her number every time? You have it memorized? I don't memorize any numbers
Oh,
anymore.
because
That's a-
we used to
that's a
memorize
Gen
phone
X thing.
numbers.
We knew every
had
phone number by heart.
Everybody phone number. You knew all.
I mean,
the
I
phone
used
numbers.
to too. I haven't
It
needed
used
to
to
for
be
years.
a thing in the family. You'd have family phone number lists that had everybody's phone number on it that had to be distributed every
Uh-huh.
so often.
Yep, my
Yep.
aunt used to make those.
I
Yeah.
have not memorized phone numbers in a long time.
I hardly know my own phone
Yeah,
number.
I don't
Yeah.
either. But I did recently get a
Zippy.
I did recently get a landline.
Oh my
Did you
gosh,
I
are we
had-
going back in time? We're getting
Because she
landlines
lives
again?
miles from nowhere.
I
That's
live
fair.
miles from nowhere. And so the power goes out, you know, when it storms, and
Oh,
we have
yeah.
wildfires here. And when power goes down, the cell tower doesn't work anymore.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And this house was built in the 80s, so it still has all the wires for a landline.
Mhm.
That's the
And
1980s.
I
Don't
guess,
get it twisted, okay?
yeah, 1980s. It was built in
Listen, my house is
1980.
probably
So it's
my house is
fairly,
older than your house.
it's probably new, right, Scooter? 1980? That's a new house.
I mean, mine was
But
built
Yeah.
in the 60s.
My house that I live in was built in 1968.
Yeah, mine
mhm.
was in the 60s
So-
too.
Ours was
The
in
house that was
60s.
here before was built in the 1800s. But they tore it down and put a new one up in 1980.
Mhm.
And so it still had the wires for the landlines. And what is everybody going to do if cell service is down and all the new houses don't even have the wiring for landlines to even be installed? Because
Yep.
no one uses them anymore.
Yes.
Yep.
And the other day, I used my landline.
I love that.
I
And it's like-
remember my phone number from 1980, 1976.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
mine from 1971.
Yeah. In fact,
Before
my
we
mother
had
still
to
had
use
that
the area
number.
code.
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And my mother still had that number until she died.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I didn't have a dog in this fight again.
I mean, to be
I
fair,
remember the
to be
phone
fair,
number.
the phone number we had was really, really easy.
That's fair.
I remember
Yeah.
the phone number my grandparents had that they'd had since my dad was a boy. So,
Wow.
yeah.
It's
I
amazing.
still have some
My
phone numbers memorized because I did still have to do that at one point in time, but it's been a
Yeah.
long time.
Yeah.
mhm.
There
Oh, I don't.
there are just a very few numbers that I have actually managed to remember, but I only actually remember them when I don't need to remember them.
Yep.
When I need to actually
Oh,
call
okay.
them, I have to go and look them up because I can't remember them in that moment.
Yep.
Because brain farts
Mhm.
are us. Hi, T. We're actually
I
getting
remember
close to wrapping up, so please watch the replay. But yeah,
I remember your old landline number. How's that?
I'm trying to remember if I remember it.
I think I remember the last landline phone number we ever had. And I'm thinking that we got rid of it in 2010.
Mhm.
2011 maybe.
That's about when we got rid of ours.
I don't remember it right at this moment, Miles. I know that I saw it on something not too long ago, and I was like, oh no, that doesn't exist for me anymore.
Yeah.
But in this moment in time, no, it's not coming to mind.
That's because you're
But
being asked
that's,
to remember it. You'll remember it probably like tomorrow at 2:00.
well,
Yeah.
it's also because I am constantly having brain farts. So,
That's
Well, I'm
That is also.
sure you had that number for 25 years, and that's why I remember it.
yeah, that's very possible.
Mhm.
That is very possible. Yeah,
Because you got it before cell phones existed.
yeah, exactly. So you dialed that number a lot.
A lot.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Mhm.
Anyway, thank you all for agreeing to be on this with me. I really enjoyed the conversation. I I had said to Paige, I don't have any notes, so I'm hoping this goes well because I'm still kind of a planner. I like to be spontaneous, but I am kind of a planner, especially when going online. Um, but I knew that once the conversation got going, it would flow and it would be at least interesting. Um, and I'm glad you all came to talk because it was fun.
maybe a
Thank
little
you,
more
Jasmine.
serious than
Thank
you
you for
intended,
having
but it
fun.
was
Yeah, but
very
yeah, but
interesting.
sometimes conversations ebb and flow with the humor, and that's fine. I have no problem with that. And and as far as I can tell, nobody took great offense to anything that was said by anybody. Um, so at least that's how I'm viewing it at the moment. When I get feedback later on, we'll see. But
And you'll have to let me know. If I said something that offended somebody, I need to know that
okay. Um,
because
it,
I need to make it not happen again, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think most people came into it understanding that um, if they've been here before, they know that I am pretty accepting of all opinions. Even if I don't happen to agree with those opinions, I will at least give grace or tolerance, if you don't want to hear the word grace, um, for that space. Uh, And it also allowed me to hear answers to questions that I either had or hadn't thought of. But when I heard them, it's like, oh, yeah, I would like to know that too. So that's the kind of conversation I always like to have. So, yeah, sometimes it got a little more serious than maybe expected. But then again, um, I didn't have Miles trashing all Gen Zs for being the protected species. So.
What?
That's so funny.
So well, now let's not open a new can of worms.
Gen Z should all be in bed anyway. So.
It's past
Aren't they all
You know
still
what?
babies?
The only thing that Gen Z, and I find it a lot, they're either extremely shy because if they're in customers, they only speak words that, and I'm generalizing and maybe I shouldn't because there are some that don't, but they tend to not say greetings and stuff like that. They say only the words that they have to say to you. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So you get the Gen Z
no
stare.
small talk.
Yeah, there's no hi, how are you? Welcome,
Right.
or let me take you to your seat.
It's just a
Yeah.
Yeah.
And go in for a table for four and you ask for a table for four and they walk away without saying follow me or whatever. And I think that's part of what they haven't learned, and partially because their entire lives have been online.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah.
They haven't had to speak.
Well, and did y'all grow up answering the house phone or had I mean, I grew up answering the house phone, and it was a privilege to answer the house phone.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I don't know if it was a privilege in my case. It was my job.
Yes.
Well, yeah, but you had to be trained, right?
Yes.
Like,
oh, yes.
That's right. Yes.
You had to know.
So they did it, and that makes perfect sense.
You had to know what to say and how to say it. And if mom and dad weren't home, you needed to know how to lie about that.
I mean,
right?
okay.
Yes.
I might have a little bit of insight on this one, I think.
Okay.
Because I have younger siblings. So like while I'm on the millennial Gen Z cusp, my younger siblings are very Gen Z, especially my brother who turns 21 this year. My God. My God.
Oh, wait.
So like
just
for example, like the generation that they're in, a lot of them grew up where, you guys talked about how you would be put outside after breakfast and you'd come home when the street lights came on. But like a lot of this generation, their parents, when they didn't really have like the bandwidth, say, to deal with them or to listen to them or to whatever, like when they had other things going on that they needed to deal with, they handed them a piece of technology, right? They turned on the TV, they handed them a tablet. So that time they spent typically quietly doing things on their own. And a lot of times if they took things like that to their parents, again, this is from experience, we were in a situation where the parents had so much going on that it was hard to give that attention as well.
Right.
So like a lot of those things they learned to just keep it to themselves. Like I sat through, my brother had a therapy session and they wanted me to be there for him as a guardian because I had signed him up for it. And I found out in that that a lot of the reason that he's so shy and like reserved around people is he is afraid because he's afraid of being annoying. Now
Aw.
I'm 10 years older than him. So at the time when he was in those developmental years and enjoying all of these little simple things, I was a teenager. I already knew all of that stuff, and that stuff was very much like not something I wanted to worry about, not something I cared about, right? And looking back, I'd absolutely change it if I could, because that was important to him. But at the time for me, it wasn't important. And so a lot of them, I feel like, grew up in situations like that where maybe they had older siblings like that, or even parents like that, because parents are not the same that they used to be. Like, there's good ones and bad ones, of course, but there's so much going on in the world, so much for people to consume. Like, consumerism is so high. There's so much to consume and not enough time to consume it. And a lot of times the important things were put more on the back burner than they ever should.
Yeah.
And I think that's true also with every generation.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at, I know Monica was a latchkey kid,
Mm-hmm.
I was to some point, and
Hi, everybody. I'm also Monica.
I'm sorry.
I figured I wasn't going to say anything.
I was letting it go.
The first one, already there was a question, and then it happened again. So
it's to be fair, I've almost come out with it, and I don't even call you that.
I know.
In real life.
Listen, I had plausible deniability. I didn't even
know.
I've never used
but there's only
that name for
there
you,
are only two people on this internet right now watching this who know how to spell it correctly, besides me.
Do you know
and I'm not teaching anybody.
Do you know that I had to add it to my personal dictionary in my phone so that it wouldn't autocorrect me?
I'm sure you did, because I have had to live my life like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, you were saying that we were latchkey kids.
Go ahead. Yes, latchkey kids. Guys, I have to call it time.
My middle name.
I've got to run.
Okay. Thank you so much for being here, Carrie Ann.
And
thanks for having me.
It's my pleasure.
Okay, good night.
Thank you, Buttercup. Yeah. Go ahead, Miles. So latchkey kids.
And that we were in this same kind of, parents didn't have the time, except that we were not handed technology, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I had a TV.
So Gen Zers,
in the sense of latchkey,
like, did
you
you
were around other kids, you were social.
Did you feel not seen way back in the day?
Me? No.
Yeah, like you felt not seen by your parents. That's the way it is.
To not be seen a lot of the time.
That's so funny.
That's right. We weren't isolated. You are correct. You are absolutely correct.
Yeah.
We weren't isolated like a lot of the younger generations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I when I think about just what I juggle in a week, There
Well,
is
that's
a
because
lot
when we were
more.
seen, we had to do housework.
True. Very true. There's a lot more information.
You're frozen.
I am?
Oh, you're not frozen for me.
Are we frozen?
No, I think you are, Miles. or, or your internet is being pernickety. How's that for an old timey word? Um, um, where was it? Oh yeah, the information overload that I go through in a week, just with the things that I am interested in, and I never have enough time for everything. I compartmentalize them as much as I can, but that's for me as a coping mechanism so that I can spend so much time on this, and then I have to move away from that and move on to the next thing and then the next thing, or I will lose myself in the first thing that I put myself into, and I won't allow enough time for everything else. That's
Am
the
I
way.
frozen?
You're not frozen to me, but if your picture is frozen, it's still, I think, on your end, because I still see you. And as far as I can tell, everybody else can see me moving.
Yeah.
And I can see Paige move. So I
think
but
the word
yeah.
coping, like the phrase coping mechanism was a really smart choice there, because like that's, I guess, something to consider with, like the younger generations, like millennials and Gen Zs. A lot of them haven't developed those.
I think my internet is messing up.
Okay.
Okay.
I think my internet is messing up.
Yeah, we heard you. I think she's getting stuff on a delay right now.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
We're
going outside.
Looks like
We're going on a trip.
I couldn't hear.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then.
Oh, so you're out on the patio. Do you get a better signal there?
There. Now I'm cold though. It came outside.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like a lot of like Gen Z and even a number of people in other generations may not have those coping mechanisms, and especially Gen Z who grew up swiping, like grew up developing an algorithm from a very small age, very
I
young.
can't hear. Hold on.
It can be harder to develop those when that's all you've ever really known.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that does make sense, because we have, previous generations have all had to find other things to occupy ourselves because we didn't have the internet or smartphones. Well, I mean, you had smartphones, but
Yeah.
But before you.
Yeah, I got my first smartphone in 8th grade.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. And I guess it's all in, for each generation, it's also what their parents teach them and provide.
Yeah.
Which also might explain why mine are not terribly interested in being on social media.
Yeah.
Just because like, even one of them, good night, Professor, even one of them who is a gamer, she teases me because my mother, who is, by the way, 88, wanted to give them a gaming system when they were probably in elementary school. And I said no, because I already had a hard time getting them to be outside and playing. And so that was my focus. Her reason for wanting to give them that was manual dexterity. I, of course, won being the parent, but now I get teased about it because I was being the hard ass, or the sergeant major, as someone called me.
That is so funny. Yeah, and it's just, I don't know. It's very interesting to see, right? Because if each generation is different, each generation is going to raise their children with different values, right?
Yeah.
It's going to constantly change. So, everybody.
And we overcorrect.
Yeah.
With every generation, we always overcorrect.
Correct. Yep.
Oh, I think she's catching up. She just caught the line about the sergeant major.
We can't hear you, though.
You can't hear me? Or
oh no, we can't hear her.
Yeah, we can't hear her. Yeah. Miles, we can't hear you. It's probably because of the headphones that apparently decided not to work. Hey, Mr. Balbino. Thanks for dropping in. Can you hear us now? She's still behind.
Uh-oh.
Give her a couple of minutes and she'll respond. She so desperately wants to give me the finger right now. Can't hear you. Miles, you're muted or something, and I didn't mute you. Nope, can't hear a word you're saying, honey. It's not on my end. Nope. Push a button, type. So I don't know what you're saying. I haven't played charades in decades. It's not.
That's so funny. All right.
Anyway,
we were conversation.
It has, and we need to wrap it up because, oh wow, it's now been 2.5 hours, and
you started wrapping it up at 1:40.
I know. You know what? This happens. I mean, listen, if Becky were here and if she had been on the panel, we would still be trying to wrap it up. So.
That's so funny. I mean, we could definitely do it again. It was really good conversation.
I think so. I mean, let's see what the feedback is, but I would definitely be game for it. So, okay. Thank you both of you who are still on the panel, even if you're delayed, for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I missed.
Oh, I can hear you.
I missed most of the last half of the conversation.
That's great.
Yeah.
There wasn't too terribly much.
No, there wasn't really a lot. We were just kind of talking about just the differences and how we deal with them and how we prepare the next generation. Oh, Buttercup says she'd like another panel, so that's cool. Thank you.
Good to have that instant feedback.
Yes, absolutely. This is why I love my chat.
Actually, I have streamed before, but typically on Twitch. I stream video games more than.
Yeah, see, I haven't even attempted to work out how Twitch works. I don't care.
I'm afraid.
It's okay. Don't need any more involvement with Mr. Bezos.
No.
This is my very first time being on live.
Mm-hmm. And you did pretty well. So, oh God. So what you're saying is I broke your cherry.
Oh my God.
Did I?
Oh,
Me and my big mouth?
all right. I do also need to go, actually, though.
Yes. No worries.
Have a good night, guys.
Good night, Paige. Thanks for being here. Okay. And thank you, everybody in the chat. Thank you for being here. Thank you for popping in. We appreciate you. And
I gotta get up at 4. See ya.
Yes. Okay. Take care, Miles.
Okay.
So
Good night.
Good night. So yeah, if you're interested in having another one of these panels, by all means, let me know, and we'll see if we can set something up with everybody's schedules. So, and thank you to the mods who popped in and held on, and I appreciate you, especially for staying up late. So I only set it this late to work with everybody's time zones. So we'll try to have a further conversation and see if we can modify the timing a little bit. We'll see. I don't know how that's going to work out, but we'll try. So again, thank you everybody for being here, and we'll see what happens if we try this again. Take care and good night.